Hello everybody, welcome to Live Interactive English. I am Shane.
And I'm Matt.
Sawadee ka, Matt.
Sawadee ka.
So today we're talking about transportation in Bangkok. Have you been to Bangkok?
I have been to Bangkok. Yeah, I go pretty often actually. I usually go like once a year.
Yeah.
Because it's got really amazing sights and I think the culture.
It's cheap, right?
It's cheap, and the best part actually is the food.
Yeah.
I love Thai food.
Me too. I love like sour and spicy.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to Bangkok, how do you get around?
Well, Bangkok's pretty convenient. There's a lot of ways to get around. So they have an MRT,
right?
And they also have
BTS there, right?
No, they have both actually.
Oh,
so they have
MRT
MRT and BTS,
cool.
and they're a little bit different.
Okay.
And then you can take a bus, and then, but the problem in Bangkok is the traffic is terrible sometimes.
Right.
So one of the ways I like to get around is the scooter taxi or the motorbike taxi.
Oh, yeah.
So they can get in between the traffic.
In and out of the traffic.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken a tuk-tuk before?
I have, yes, I have, but you always have to, they don't have a set price like a normal taxi, so you have to talk to the driver and figure out how much to pay.
Did you feel like when you took it, you overpaid because you are a tourist?
Yes, always. I don't think I ever get the local price. Also on food, I often don't think I get the local price.
That's why I don't want to take a tuk-tuk, because I know they're going to overcharge me, and I don't like that feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you want to know you're getting the best price, the same as everyone else.
Right.
Yes.
All right, well, let's get into talking about transportation in Bangkok.
Two tourists are walking down the street.
I just checked my map. Our next stop is close. We can grab a taxi to get there.
The roads are very busy now. A tuk-tuk will be faster.
I hear tuk-tuks can cost a lot. People say it takes a lot of time to get the driver to lower the price.
I'm surprised you've never ridden one before. They're a fun way to get around Bangkok. Every tourist should ride one. Look, here comes one right now. Hello, how much is it to get to Chinatown?
It's 150 baht.
That's too much. Chinatown isn't far from here. How about 50 baht?
No, too low. You pay 100 baht, okay?
I think it's a good price. Let's go.
All right, so transportation in Bangkok.
Mm-hmm.
So what is transportation first? We need to know what this word means.
Transportation is how people get around. So from one place to another.
Right.
And there are many kinds of transportation, like buses, cars, boats,
Right.
airplanes.
Motorcycles. So to transport means to take somebody or something from one place to another,
That's
right?
right.
So the noun here, transportation. If you take some kind of transport, right?
Yeah.
Then it's transportation.
And today we're talking about taking a tuk-tuk, which is a very special kind of transportation that you find in Thailand and especially in Bangkok.
I like the name, tuk-tuk.
Yeah, do you know
cute.
why they call it tuk-tuk?
No. There's a
Okay.
real reason?
There is, and it's because of the sound that the motorcycle makes. It goes tuk-tuk-tuk-tuk-tuk-tuk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay, so we have two tourists are walking down the street. So we have this vocabulary word tourist. So if you go on vacation somewhere and you're traveling to another place, then you are a tourist. If you're going there, especially if you're going there for relaxation or for fun, right? So our example sentence is, there are often many tourists at Taipei 101. Too many tourists, so I never go there.
It's a very popular tourist spot. I know when I travel abroad, I always do my best to try not to look like a tourist.
Oh, well, why is that though?
Because you feel like people will not give you good prices.
Take
they might
advantage
take
of
advantage,
you.
take your money maybe
Right.
in some way.
And also, it's more, if you look like a tourist, you're probably going to be in more danger, right? People are going to either try to take advantage of you or maybe even rob you,
Yeah,
right?
it's
So
dangerous.
you need to be careful. Okay, so we have two people, Alex, Beth, and then we have the tuk-tuk driver. All right, so how about I'll be Alex and I'll be the tuk-tuk driver.
Okay,
Sound good?
sounds good.
All right, so first we have Alex. He looks at a map on his phone. Okay. I just checked my map. Our next stop is close. We can grab a taxi to get there.
Okay, and that brings in a vocabulary word, which is to grab. And yeah, grab is a verb meaning the physical motion of just grabbing something, of taking something with your hand.
So how do you grab a taxi? They're pretty heavy.
So we use grab in the same way as to get something. So if you want to get a taxi or you want to get something to you, so you don't actually grab the taxi, but it's just a way to say that you want to have a taxi for yourself or for you and your friend.
Right, and we often use it for food too, right?
Yeah, if you want to grab a bite to eat. So for example, in this sentence, we grabbed a bite to eat before the movie started. So you might say, I'm just going to grab breakfast before work, or even I'm going to grab a coffee at the convenience store.
Okay, can you get me one too?
Yeah, I'll
Cool,
do that.
great. All right, Beth?
The roads are very busy now. A tuk-tuk will be faster.
Oh, okay, so if it's now, maybe it's kind of like during rush hour,
wow.
like the time when people are going to work or getting off work.
Yeah, I mean, Bangkok's busy all day, but especially during the rush hour times. So a tuk-tuk
Extra busy.
can get through the traffic a little better than a car or a bus can.
But like you mentioned before, actually a motorcycle would
Okay.
probably, or a scooter would be the best way, right?
But a lot of people say those are more dangerous because if you get in an accident on those, you're not protected.
That's true. But a tuk-tuk, I don't know. I guess a tuk-tuk is still safer than a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Okay, so Alex says, I hear tuk-tuks can cost a lot. People say it takes a lot of time to get the driver to lower the price. Yeah, so you have to like bargain, right?
Yeah, I guess we'll see how they're able to see if they can make the price a little lower.
Okay.
Beth says, I'm surprised you've never ridden one before. They're a fun way to get around Bangkok. Every tourist should ride one. Look, here comes one right now. And then Beth hails a tuk-tuk.
Okay.
So she hails a tuk-tuk means to raise your hand and say, stop please.
Hey, I'm here.
So you can hail a bus, hail a tuk-tuk, hail a taxi. So Beth says to the tuk-tuk driver, hello, how much is it to get to Chinatown?
And the driver says, it's 150 baht. Is that expensive? 150 baht?
That's okay.
It's expensive for a tuk-tuk, maybe,
Yeah,
right?
maybe, I don't know how close they are.
Okay, so Alex says, that's too much. Chinatown isn't far from here. How about 50 baht? And the tuk-tuk driver says, no, too low. You pay 100 baht, okay?
And then Beth replies, I think it's a good price. Let's go. So I guess in Beth's opinion, 100 baht is a good price for them.
Or maybe she just doesn't really want to argue and bargain for a long time because that's tiring.
It is. Sometimes it's worth it just to settle on a price that you're not too angry about. It's like,
Right.
It's like
You don't feel like you're getting robbed.
Right.
Right?
It's a decent price. So yeah, I think 100 baht is a reasonable price for them. And
It's true, and we have a saying in English, time is money, right?
Oh yes, so
If you're spending a lot of time bargaining, you could be having some Thai food or
Yeah.
looking at the sights.
that's right.
All right, why don't we take a break and we'll see you in a moment.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hualien。今天对话主题是 Transportation in Bangkok。那么 transportation 就是指交通工具啊，交通运输系统，它是不可数名词。那么 Bangkok 就是曼谷，泰国的首都曼谷。那么对话一开始，我们看到两位观光客 Alex 和 Beth， 他们在街上走着。那么 Alex 看着他手机上的地图，他就说：“哎，下一站就在附近，我们可以搭计程车过去。”那么 Beth 认为现在路上交通很繁忙，搭 tuk-tuk 嘟嘟车会比较快。 Alex 则是听说嘟嘟车可能会很贵，而且要跟这个司机讨价还价要花很多时间。这时候 Beth 就很惊讶。Alex 竟然没有搭过嘟嘟车，这是游览曼谷一种很有趣的方式，每个观光客都应该搭过一次才对啊。那接着刚好就有一台嘟嘟车来了，他们跟司机一来一往讨价还价之后，最后呢是接受用100泰铢搭到中国城。好，这边用到 baht B-A-H-T， 这是指泰国的货币单位泰铢。那么 Matt 老师刚刚用到 decent 来描述他们所拿到的价格 D-E-C-E-N-T decent 可以形容是像样的，还不错的。再来课文单字 tourist， 它表示观光客、游客。那么 grab 它表示快速取得、抓住。当我们说 grab a taxi 表示搭乘计程车。那也补充一下，如果你是说 hail a taxi， 则是指招计程车。这个 hail H-A-I-L 就可以表达招呼啊、叫，像是叫计程车这样子。这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看动词 cost 的用法。cost 当动词，它表示价钱为什么什么，花费多少金额。那这时候必须用事物来当主词。我们来看常见的用法，就是 something cost 加金钱，或者是 something cost somebody 加上金钱，去表达某物花了多少钱，某物花了某人多少钱。举例来说 ，The dress costs $200， 那件洋装要价$200。The ticket cost me 75 euros， 那张门票花了我75欧元。那补充一下哦，动词 spend 则是表达花费，这时候它常是用人来当主词。我们来看常见的用法是 somebody spent 加上时间或金钱，后面去接动词 ing， 或者是你可以接 on 加名词。一样来看两个例句。Ed spent $3,000 NT on lottery tickets. Ed 花了新台币3000元买乐透。Gina spent an hour putting on makeup， 就是说 Gina 她花了1个小时化妆。接回到课文中。
Two tourists are waiting to board the Chao Phraya express boat.
This is my favorite way to travel around Bangkok.
I agree. You can feel the nice breeze off the river, and the view is amazing.
I love looking at all the tall buildings and traditional temples along the river.
The best part of the Chao Phraya express boat is how easy it is to visit old sites.
It's not just old places. Boats stop at a few popular shopping centers, and riders can even get to a BTS stop.
Also, there are many types of boats. Locals use express boats to get to work. People like us can take the tourist boat to many famous places.
It really is a great way to travel around Bangkok.
All right, welcome back. In the first part, we were talking about taking tuk-tuks as a form of transportation in Bangkok, right? What are we going to be talking about now?
Well, now we're going to be talking about one of my favorite ways to get around Bangkok, which is taking a boat on the river, or taking a boat ride, as this part of the article is called.
It sounds a lot more relaxing than taking a tuk-tuk or a motorcycle. A boat, you don't really have to worry that much about danger, right?
Yeah, it's a very relaxing, and I sometimes even fall asleep at the end of a day going back to my hotel on the boat. So
did you ever miss your stop?
I've missed it not because I fell asleep, just because I didn't really know which stop to get off at.
That happens.
But yeah, the boats are really nice, and you can see many things along the way, and yeah, you're not closed in like in a tuk-tuk where you have the roof above you.
So you can see the sky.
Well, there is a roof, but
Oh,
it's
there's a
not
roof.
as it's more open than
You can look over
That's
the roof,
right.
and your head won't get cut off by a bus.
Yeah, so it's not as dangerous.
So we have two tourists are waiting to board the Chao Phraya Express boat. So we have again Alex and Beth.
And Chao Phraya is the name of the river that this particular boat goes. These boats go along.
And it's an express boat, so that means it goes pretty fast.
Yeah, so usually express means not making many stops along the way.
Okay, so Alex begins by saying, "This is my favorite way to travel around Bangkok." All right, so it looks like Alex and you have a lot in common.
Yeah,
right?
and Beth too, because Beth says, "I agree. You can feel the nice breeze off the river, and the view is amazing."
Yeah, you know, it gets really hot in Bangkok, so you're going to really welcome a nice river breeze while you're there.
Yeah, absolutely. So a breeze is a light wind, so it's not like you're getting blown away by it, but it's just a nice, cool wind, and in the summer, everyone will enjoy a nice, cool breeze. So our example sentence says, "A cool breeze makes us feel more comfortable on a hot summer day." So,
Okay.
yeah, a nice breeze on the boat would be perfect in hot weather of Bangkok.
Yeah, it's so hot there. Okay, the other vocabulary word is amazing. So this is an adjective. If we say something is amazing, like when you see that thing, it's like surprises you with how great it is, right? So amazing really just means really, really great, to the point where you feel like, whoa, right? So our example sentence is, Benjamin's dog can do some amazing tricks. Have you ever had a dog that can do tricks?
I've tried to teach my dog tricks before, but they weren't amazing.
They weren't amazing tricks?
No.
You say sit. And
I'd
then
say sit and he'd look at me for a while, and then I'd say...
push his butt a little, and then, oh, okay.
And then I'd say, walk away slowly. And then he would be just walking away slowly.
Ignore me.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so Alex continues by saying, I love looking at all the tall buildings and traditional temples along the river.
Beth says, the best part of the Chao Phraya Express boat is how easy it is to visit old sites.
Okay, old sites, so maybe like things that have been there for a long time, like some of the temples and
Yeah, I
things
think
like that.
probably in particular she's talking about the temples, because there are a lot of temples along this river, because it's a very important river in Bangkok.
Okay. Alex continues, it's not just old places. Boats stop at a few popular shopping centers, and riders can even get to a BTS stop.
Okay. So a BTS stop in Bangkok, BTS is one of the forms of transportation.
Okay, so they have MRT and BTS.
Yeah, they
there.
actually have two different kinds.
Yeah, I remember when I went there, it was a bit confusing. But it's always like that when you're in an unfamiliar place and you're trying to take transportation.
Yeah.
It's really confusing. Okay.
Beth says, also, there are many types of boats. Locals use express boats to get to work. People like us can take the tourist boat to get to many famous places.
Did you take the tourist boat to, when you were going to see some of the important sites or famous places, did you use that most often?
Yeah, I have taken the tourist boat, especially if there's a famous site or a famous place that I want to go to.
So you usually go right to them, right?
Well, it'll stop at all of the sort of places that tourists want to go, that maybe local people who are just trying to get to work don't want to be bothered to stop at all of these tourist sites.
Right. Okay, and Alex says, it really is a great way to travel around Bangkok. That's for sure.
Yeah. So it's one of the most relaxing ways to travel around Bangkok, I think.
Yeah.
But really, when traveling around Bangkok, you need to use a combination of all these kinds of transportation. So maybe you go, Chao Phraya River to BTS to
Right.
MRT to tuk-tuk.
Yeah, and maybe get on a bus. Yeah, I think I took pretty much most of the forms of transportation, except tuk-tuk, because I was just too scared. But I wish I did now. I regret it.
Everyone should try taking a tuk-tuk when you're in Bangkok, I think. Maybe next time you
Definitely.
can give it a try. And hope you can give it a try too, and we'll see you next time.
All right, take
All right,
care.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. 好，在第二段对话里面，
Alex 和 Beth 正在等着登船，那他们要搭乘这个昭披耶快船。昭披耶河是泰国第一大河，中文俗称为湄南河。那么 Alex 和 Beth 都认为啊，这个搭乘这个船的方式是他们最喜欢在泰国旅行的方式，可以感受到河面上宜人的微风，然后风景又很棒，可以欣赏沿岸的高楼和传统寺庙。那要去参观古迹或是去一些很受欢迎的购物中心都很方便。你还可以搭这个船呢到曼谷大众运输系统的车站。好，文中这个 BTS 不是韩国团体哦，它是指 Bangkok Mass Transit System 的简称，也就是指曼谷大众运输系统。那么 transit 它这边当名词表示运输运送。再来看单字 breeze 表示微风和风， amazing 则是形容非常好的惊人的令人赞叹的。好，那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Two tourists are walking down the street.
I just checked my map. Our next stop is close. We can grab a taxi to get there.
The roads are very busy now. A tuk-tuk will be faster.
I hear tuk-tuks can cost a lot. People say it takes a lot of time to get the driver to lower the price.
I'm surprised you've never ridden one before. They're a fun way to get around Bangkok. Every tourist should ride one. Look, here comes one right now. Hello, how much is it to get to Chinatown?
It's 150 baht.
That's too much. Chinatown isn't far from here. How about 50 baht?
No, too low. You pay 100 baht, okay?
I think it's a good price. Let's go.
Two tourists are waiting to board the Chao Phraya express boat.
This is my favorite way to travel around Bangkok.
I agree. You can feel the nice breeze off the river, and the view is amazing.
I love looking at all the tall buildings and traditional temples along the river.
The best part of the Chao Phraya express boat is how easy it is to visit old sites.
It's not just old places. Boats stop at a few popular shopping centers, and riders can even get to a BTS stop.
Also, there are many types of boats. Locals use express boats to get to work. People like us can take the tourist boat to many famous places.
It really is a great way to travel around Bangkok.
Wenlan Elementary School is located in Hualien, which is home to several world-class scenic attractions. It's close to many famous places such as Liu Lake, Liu Mountain Trail, and Chinan National Forest Recreation Area. So it is common for Wenlan students to visit these places. Liu Lake is the most popular tourist spot among them. It just takes about a 15-minute walk from the school to the lake. Surrounded by mountains, Liu Lake is the largest inland freshwater lake in Hualien. Biking around the lake is a popular activity when visiting this spot. Apart from the lake, walking south for about 10 minutes from Wenlan Elementary School will take you to Chinan National Forest Recreation Area. This area has a diverse ecological environment, which is the best place for school field trips. The environmental education courses based on Chinan National Forest Recreation Area, which the school developed, won the 2018 Golden Award from the Ministry of Education for Outdoor Teaching Program. Back to the school itself, Wenlan has a beautifully decorated campus. Tourists visiting the attractions nearby are also attracted to the school's lovely campus and can walk into it for a look. As you enter the school gate, you can see mosaic walls showing different indigenous people. The playground is also surrounded by delicate mosaic walls showing various animals such as beetles, lizards, and butterflies. When further exploring the campus, you will find a childlike toilet with a Taiwan barbette theme. With all these wonderful features, Wenlan's campus even won awards in a national competition of campus beautification. If you're planning to visit Liu Lake in Hualien, don't miss the cute campus of Wenlan Elementary School either.
See you next time!